Nottingham Rowing Club on the Berkshire station. That's to the left of your picture in the light blue, dark blue and gold. And you've got Thames Rowing Club on the Buck station, very close to Temple Island, perilously close to those boys at the moment in the red, white and black. So they're right of your picture, they're now veering in, and Sarah, they've overcompensated a little bit there, haven't they, looking at Thames Rowing Club on the Buck station. They got a bit close to the boys and they've jutted out into the middle of the course. Yeah, they have, but the steersman there, Mr. Jones in the bow seat, he managed to crack that nicely. These are club men in this four-man boat, and so they will have been pretty experienced in this. Interestingly, got different strategies with the steering. We have it on the bow seat in the Thames boat and on the 3 seat actually in the Nottingham boat. Apparently Simon Deacon had it in the bow seat, but he has acquiesced because of his aggressive lines. Okay, he's relinquished it. Just looking at these two, and all the evidence points to this being a tight race, I'd say, what we've seen in the last couple of days. Yeah, exactly. These guys actually went the same, both of them, they went the same time to the barrier yesterday and to Forley. So looking at that, okay, different races, up and down conditions, but I'm expecting that. And a rich history in this event for Thames. They were the winners last year, but of course, those athletes can't contend the event again. So we will have new athletes in there, but a huge stable at Thames Rowing Club. Nottingham Rowing Club there, looking good as well. Thames nearest to the camera, Jones, Lamb, Regan and Stevenson in the stroke seat. Hitting a nice rhythm early. A logistical question that you wouldn't have expected me to ask you so early, Sarah, but what time will these rowers have got out of bed this morning? Because 9:30 is quite early to do such an elite competition. I'm thinking they've had to get up ridiculously early to go through their full warm-ups and preparations to be fully ready to go now. Yeah, and spot on. And a rule of thumb is to prime the body. It should be up 4 hours, up and active 4 hours before we're racing, so you're ready to do that maximum effort. So they'll probably have got up, if we're 9:30 now, they probably wouldn't have done that 4 hours for this first race, but they would have been down here, I would imagine, at 6:15 to come and get on the water, do a lap, actually go off the start, really think about it, and then come back in, have a calm moment to get on their race preparation. Well, Thames aren't having a calm moment at the minute because the umpire is suggesting they might have to get back across, and we come very close to a blades clash early. They have now gone back to their side, but it's just going to take a little bit of pace out of their boat, that alteration. Yeah, and interesting, Richard Phelps, the umpire, a Thames man himself, will be watching both these crews quite closely and making sure that he is keeping those crews essentially apart. We don't want to see any fouls or interference across these courses so they can do their best rowing. Richard Phelps obviously not shy of an early morning himself, unless he puts himself in the first race each day. This year he's umpire 1, so he has that responsibility to go down the course first. So the umpire setting a good example. It's as we anticipated, it's very tight. Thames Rowing Club have kept pace with Nottingham Rowing Club despite their steering issues. They're very much in contention here. This is anybody's race. And looking at this Nottingham crew, you can see that they're long and strong and they're working together. Interestingly, these crews have met twice in this event in the past, 2012 and 2016, and the score is 1 each from those occasions. And both have been targeting this event over the year. We've seen an entry from Nottingham since 2008 every year, and Thames have entered in every regatta this century. And look here, Tim, the Thames crew just have got the best of this section, I'd say. They're just looking a bit longer and calmer, and I suspect Richard will be looking at that Nottingham crew and just wondering where they are on the course just now. Yeah, so Nottingham crew in the boat to the right of your picture, moving along very well. I mean, this is just a great race, isn't it? Look how tight this is, and we're approaching the section in the race where you expect one to make a move, and it looks like it might come from the Buck station. Thames Rowing Club have just put in a shift there, just a little change of gear from them to step away, to move a length up. Now the question is, have Nottingham Rowing Club got anything in response? Yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting whether they can respond. And watching them now, I just wonder whether they've done their best work in the first half of the race. They've lost a little bit of their fluidity. You saw the stroke man there just look over, looking to wonder where the Thames crew was. And I think they really have tried to front load their race to stay with the Thames crew. Thames, they will actually enjoy being able to see that look across. They'll know it's happening, and they will be feeling superhuman at this point because they're pushing away from their opposition.
Nottingham have to dig deep. They have to keep rowing together and making sure that they are staying in contention.
Yeah, I presume this was a pre-race plan, just to hold in the race until you get to Remington Club and then put your foot down and give it some welly till the finish line. And that move has paid off so far, hasn't it? They've definitely had a change up, Thames Rowing Club, in the last couple of 100 metres, and they're actually extending their lead with every stroke, so they'll be really buoyed by this.
Yeah, and you look at it, you can see the Thames crew, that confidence starting to ooze in, and they've got into a rhythm, they've relaxed their shoulders, and they've got that length. The Nottingham Rowing Club crew definitely looking to stay in there, stay in contention, but you can see a bit more tension in their crew. The rate's a little bit higher, but not quite as effective.
So the Thames Rowing Club crew that you can see to the left of your picture, you can see the back there of Hugh Jones in the bow seat, and then you've got Lamb, Regan and James Stevenson in the stroke seat, and it looks like they'll be progressing through to the next round of the Wyfold as things stand, but there's still enough time for Nottingham Rowing Club to do something. It'll have to happen now though, because they're approaching the regatta enclosure and heading towards stewards, and they haven't got all that much water left.
Yeah, Henry Lamb, who we're talking about there in that crew in the 2-seat, he's got some good history in this regatta. He's raced for Abingdon, been passed in the PE and raced the Thames, so he knows what it's like to go down this course in an 8, and now he's finding out what it's like to go out in this Coxless 4.
Already lots of crowds on the Berkshire bank of the Thames to greet Thames Rowing Club, their first home today on day 3 of Henley Royal Regatta in the Wyfold Challenge Cup heat. Nottingham Rowing Club working hard to the end, but despite a couple of steering issues further up the course, it's Thames Rowing Club who are first home, beating Nottingham Rowing Club by several lengths in the Wyfold Challenge Cup.